Hi, this is Mike Wallach with TriMech, and today I want to show you how to use virtual subassemblies to improve assembly structure. So in this gas strut assembly, I've organized the tree by creating folders. I have a piston group folder, which has all of the components that are attached to the piston rod here. And those all slide in and out thanks to a width mate. And then I have the tube group, which are all of the components that do not move. Well, this folder structure is really only useful for organizing the tree for human purposes. It doesn't really have any effect on the structure overall or performance. So what I'm going to do is look at performance evaluation here, and we can see that this assembly has only 19 components, 13 unique part files, but 46 mates, rather a lot for such a small assembly. So what I'm going to do is take this tube group and right-click on it and form a new subassembly. And we're going to reuse the parent assembly origin and hit OK there, and now all of the components in the tube group have been moved into this virtual subassembly. The virtual subassembly has a name of just Assembly 4 Gas Strut Assembly, and I can rename it and change that to Tube. And now it's tube, and I would read that as in gas strut assembly, because as a virtual component, it lives entirely within this assembly file. It does not exist as a separate file on the hard drive somewhere until I save it out as one. Don't really need this folder in here anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Now all these components are here. We do have some issues with the mates, but we'll deal with that later. Right, and now the piston group, I'm just going to delete that folder first, and now shift select all of these components, right click and form a new subassembly. Reuse the origin again, and then I'm going to rename this one to piston. Now, I want this assembly to not move. I already know it's in the right spot, so I'm going to fix it. And now for the mates, we have a number of mates that were not moved out. So these two, they have the mates that are common to components which are fully in these subassemblies. So a lot of mates have been moved out of the top level assembly into the tube, and then others have been moved out of the top assembly into the piston subassembly. So now we just have these, and we don't even really need all of that. So I'm just going to delete all of those. Yes, get rid of them. And we're just going to recreate some items at the top level here. So I'm going to, for the piston, take the top plane and the top plane of the assembly, and we'll make those coincident. And then we'll do the same thing with the right plane. Now we need to recreate that width mate. So I'll grab that face and bring up the mate tool, select the width mate, and it's going to be those two outside faces and then these two faces for what they're going to bounce between. We want the free option. And now we have two subassemblies and only 3 mates at the top level to get the same result. So this will solve a lot faster. It's just overall more efficient. So I hope you found that useful, and have a good day.